How do you, as a conservative who happens to be black, answer such cynicism coming from the other side when they say things like that?
Well, it's very simple, brother. We live in an era where there are no more slaves and there are no more slave owners. You see, I live in an era of today. My great-great-grandfather was born on a plantation. His name was Silas Crawford. He was born on Rosedown Plantation about 30 miles north of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. 3 of his great-great-grandchildren went to West Point. 3 of his great-great-grandchildren served in the military. At one point, my brother, sister, and I were all deployed in Baghdad at the same time for 2 months. We had a praying mother and a praying community. One of his great-great-grandchildren, me, is running for the United States Senate and is surging in the polls against, last I checked, 2 white guys, because nobody really cares about what I look like. They care about my service to this nation and who I am as a human being. And let me tell you something, brother, I've done all of this as a conservative. The most racist thing that I've kind of seen over the course of the past few years is this, though. It is the insinuation that black people are too stupid to get an ID to vote. You have to have an ID for everything. And Republicans aren't looking at black people or white people or Asian people or Hispanic people. Not at all. They are saying if you're an American and you are competent, you can figure out how to have a cell phone and an apartment and buy groceries and buy liquor and get on airplanes and buy anything else. I don't care what you look like. You could be on United. You could be on Spirit. You could be on American. At the end of the day, everybody has to have an ID. That has nothing to do with race. You see, that is the Republican Party that I am currently coming up in right now in this phase. This ain't about the color of your skin. It's about, are you an American and do you bleed red or not?
Oh, bet.
Turn off the car. No. Get out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car. Now. 299, she almost struck me. Get out of the car. Shots fired. You're hit. Show your hands! She struck me. Shots fired.
And we're supposed to feel bad for people like this. We're supposed to have empathy and sympathy and cry and make RIP posts for people like this who are intentionally trying to harm officers, law enforcement officers. And you mean to tell me that you don't think these people will be the first and should be the first to go into these institutions if they were to open? I'm supposed to remove all logic and rationale from my mind and think that these people are okay. You intentionally try to kill this officer, harm this officer severely. You are willing to lose your life, proudly it seems, willing to lose your life for illegal immigrants and for the Democratic Party who has convinced you that you are doing the righteous thing. But you have governors like Tim Walz who are hiding behind their gates and their big mansions, rooting you on. That's what you, that's the smart thing. That's your mindset, huh? And I'm supposed to think that you're okay in the brain? You guys hate Trump that bad that you are willing to see bloodshed around our nation over people who are actually enforcing the law. See, you're not used to a president who's enforcing the law. You're used to being coddled and being able to do what you want to do and commit crimes and get a pat on the back. See, you're seeing what real law enforcement is all about. You're seeing what administration is all about when they follow the law. What are you, a fucking kamikaze? Y'all willing to just risk your own lives for people who are trying to protect you. And you don't think, yeah, you're slow as hell. I mean, the only thing that's left to say is funeral home's going to make a lot of money off of you guys. You know. Are you willing to die? That's what you want. So, I guess keep doing what you're doing, I guess.
Man, you don't understand. As a black person, you should join the fight against ICE. You should hop in the fight against ICE, man. Because they coming for you. This is a fight for you, too. This is a fight for you, too. Where's the fight for her? Huh? Where's the fight for her? Where the fight for her? No fight at all? Where the fight? Where the fight for her? Where the fight? Come on, man. Where the fight? Please tell me. Where's the fight? Huh? What am I supposed to be? Y'all not fighting for them. You ain't fighting for her. You ain't fighting for her. You ain't fighting for none of them. Nope. You ain't fighting for them. Nope. Not. But you want me to defend these horrible individuals right here. Just defend them. Defend these individuals. Child abusers, drug traffickers, sex traffickers. I mean, like, come on, bruh. Because y'all really trying to have another George Floyd situation. That's why y'all want us out there so bad. So that one of them ICE officers could off one of us. But what's crazy is y'all not even worried about the ones that's getting murdered by the very people y'all defending. So y'all really don't care about us. Y'all never did. You just want us to be another one of your mascots for another one of your wicked, foolish, crazy, demonic agendas. And we not gonna be, we ain't fooling with that no more. God bless America. God bless the earth. God bless Donald Trump. And hey, God bless my enemies. Love y'all too. Peace.
What's up, you fucking hammers? You might want to turn your volume down. But this message goes out to all you white liberals in fucking general. Those of you trying to advocate for the minority community, speak for us, fight for us, knows what's best for us. I'm gonna kindly need you to sit the fuck down, shut the fuck up, and stay in your own fucking lane. Because you cannot advocate for the minority community and be against what ICE is doing out here. Removing these illegal immigrants out of our fucking communities. Because these so-called illegal immigrants don't fall under the U.S. citizen minority community. And I don't know which one of you fucking pendejos or fat-ass spoiled rotten fucking tortas need to hear this. But illegal immigrants are the biggest competition to those in the minority community that you're advocating for. You fucking idiots. This is why nobody who is a U.S. citizen that is a Latino or a member of the black community fuck with illegal immigrants. They create crime, cause victims in the minority community with our women and our fucking children. Then they flee back to their fucking countries they came from. While our minority community is left holding the fucking bag of trauma. This is why we don't fuck with certain people. And this is also why we don't fuck with you white liberals or liberals in fucking general. You bunch of virtue signaling fucks. I said what the fuck I said.
People don't want to hear the truth. The truth is bitter, but we have to swallow it. The Democratic Party, I voted for over 20 years of my life. I voted for Barack Obama when he said he was going to bring hope and change. And yes, we can. And no, we didn't. The jobs didn't come. The better schools didn't come. The investment in our communities did not come. National security, our borders are open. We're not safe. We're not safe. And we've got to stop thinking as black and white and purple and Arab. We've got to start thinking as Americans. And that's what Donald Trump is saying. We're Americans. America first.
You have to remember, Donald Trump is the head of Trump Organization. And when you look into that organization, it is filled with blacks, whites, Hispanics, Arabs, Asians. It's different religions, different creeds.
Yeah, you're talking about the border. Yeah, the border needed to be closed, but that was because Biden opened it. If Biden had it opened and followed Obama, who deported more people than Trump did, in Obama's term in office, over 3.1 million people were deported. How come you didn't follow that, Joe Biden? How come you didn't follow that, Democrats? How come it was okay to celebrate ICE at that particular time when when Obama was in office, and you had networks literally traveling with ICE to show you the marvelous work that they were doing, but suddenly Trump is doing it, and now it's a pariah, and ICE needs to go, and it needs to be completely banned. Why are sanctuary cities existing? Why is that? Why do you get to, implement laws that could get you to ignore federal laws? How is that? How does that benefit our country? I'm saying to ask ourselves.
He could not have said this any more profound. When someone says that they ate and left no crumbs, she ate and left no crumbs, laid it down.
It's really crazy to me when people don't know basic historical facts. Supporting the party of the hooded people.
The hooded people.
I'm just they were founded by the Democratic Party, right?
Listen up, liberals.
You do know the Republican Party was established as an anti-slavery party by black men and abolitionists. You do know that the Republican Party gave us every single civil rights amendment and legislature that we have today, right? You do know that even up to 1964, the Republicans are responsible for breaking the filibuster that the Democrats initiated to block the Civil Rights Act of 1964.
She is cooking.
No? Okay. You do realize there is no party switch.
No party switch.
Go look at the votes. So you do know that black people traditionally have always been Republican. It's a party that was founded by black men. They're responsible for legislation through Reconstruction.
Ooh, she is cooking.
And again, for people that are going to say, oh, but the party switch, again, 1964, the Republicans broke the filibuster to give us the Civil Rights Act of 1964.
Who switched?
The hooded people
were
Democrats.
Democrats.
Joe Biden was best friends with Robert Byrd, a known man who used to wear the white hood.
KKK recruiter.
I don't know why we have this revisionist history.
Because liberals are crazy.
I even saw a page where there were a lot of, it was predominantly black Americans having a chat, and they were all like, yeah, we're conservative. We've always been conservative. I'm like, okay, now you're getting somewhere. Our grandparents, our parents, all conservative. And when I say conservative, I mean just like traditional values, predominantly Christian values, like family values, family, God, country. Preserving traditional values, okay? Traditional Christian values is what conservatism is based on. Who's going to tell them?
Who's going to tell them?
Who's going to tell them that this is, you're not switching to Republican. If you did vote Republican, you would just be returning to the party.
You just returning back.
And no, there was no party switch. I keep saying that.
For you liberals that you ran off to vote like a black woman, here's a black woman that you should listen to and vote like.
Do you think that's harder for black people to go online?
Well, I feel like they don't have the knowledge of how it works. A lot of people have smartphones, but you might not have data. For most of the communities, they don't really know what is out there just because they're not aware or they're not informed.
I also think there's a repression of black voting with how if you're a convicted felon, you're not allowed to vote and everything. And when you look at swing states like Florida, that's a huge population of the African Americans.
Now I'm here in East Harlem to ask black people their thoughts on what you just heard. Do you have ID normally? You carry ID around?
Yes, I have state ID.
Do you carry ID?
Yes, I do.
Do you know any black person who doesn't carry ID?
No. Everyone that I know has an ID. Why would they think we don't have ID?
That's a lie. Why would they say that?
Do you have ID?
Yes.
Because I have my ID and my friends have their ID, so we know what we need to carry around.
Everybody that I know have ID. That's one of the things you need to walk around with New York with, ID.
Do you know any black adult who does not have ID?
No, I don't.
This literally sums up white liberals. Their assumptions and low expectations on black people, it's patronizing. They think that we are incapable of using the internet. Literally every American citizen from the age of 13 has ID. So to sum it up, white liberals think that we are dumb, poor, or criminals incapable of getting voter ID. Lord have mercy.
Today, a black man was surrounded by a group of white people and repeatedly called a house nigger. Yes, you heard it right, a house nigger, but the media is not covering it. Why? Because it was a group of white anti-ICE protesters calling a black ICE agent a nigger. Watch the clip.
Oh, man.
Wow, is that a question? Wow.
Okay. Do you feel about ripping people from their families? Does that feel good? You're a fucking house nigger in here. Sir, I need to move. You're a house nigger working for the fucking KKK.
Why are you calling a woman a man? I mean, what kind of a guy does that?
Please, fucking house nigger, bitch.
This man was called a house nigger 4 times during Black History Month, and none of these white liberals said anything about it because he's an ICE agent. It's delusional. These white liberals, bro. Malcolm X was right. They act like they like you, but they don't. They just want your vote. They want you on their side, bro. They called him a house nigger 4 times during Black History Month, and nobody said a word. They're more concerned about the ICE agent asking the man if he's a man than the white dude calling him a nigger. It's hypocrisy. And do you see the brain-rotten delusion of the left? It's clear as day in this video. It's clear as day in this clip. And I hope this wakes some people up that the left is not really on your side like they make it seem like. They want you, they want to manipulate you by your race and by your sex for your vote. But God bless, Christ is Lord.
Sweetheart, I'm a foundational black American. Yeah, I'm blackity black. I'm so black on my birth certificate, it has me listed as a Negro. Let me give you a little quick education. Because I know you believe you believe everything that the Democrats have been feeding you since birth. But let me give you a quick education. Did you know that it was the Democrats who were the party of slavery? It was the Democrats who were the party that stopped Lincoln from giving out the 40 acres and a mule to black people, to the newly freed slaves. It was the Democrats who instituted Jim Crow. It was the Democrats, here, listen closely, that opposed every single amendment, every one, for black people to be freed and to get any kind of civil rights. The Democrats were the ones who did that. But somehow or another, they managed to fool you. They managed to stick the banana in the tailpipe, and you fell for it. Most of us fell for it. That it's the Republicans that are the racists. No, sweetheart. It's the Democrats. Everything bad that has happened to our community lies at the feet of the Democrats. Actually read your real history and quit listening to these people. It's the Democrats.
You don't have to love Trump. You don't even have to like him. The issue isn't Trump anymore. It is that the left hates him more than they love America. They would rather watch the country fall apart than admit he ever did anything right. They cheer when things go wrong, when prices rise, when chaos fills the streets, just so they can say, see, we told you, Trump was bad. That's not patriotism. That is bitterness, and it is dangerous. Because evil isn't just doing wrong. Evil is hoping your own nation collapses just to prove a political point. America doesn't fall because of one man. It falls because too many people would rather see it fail than see their opponent succeed. You don't have to love Trump. But if you hate him more than you love this country, then maybe the problem isn't him.
Trump, in my opinion, is the first black president. Yeah, he's white, whatever. Okay, cool. But he's the first black president. Barack Obama, okay, he did his thing. But Trump is black in a different way. He has been a friend to us in the black community for as long as I've been living. I'm 41 years old. Going back to the 80s, you see pictures of him with Rosa Parks, Muhammad Ali, Jesse Jackson. When Jesse Jackson ran for president twice, it was Trump who funded the campaign 2 times. When Jennifer Hudson lost a lot of her family members due to violence, Trump said, you know what? Come stay at Trump Tower in Chicago for free. Don't even worry about it. It wasn't even the thing about getting press. He was like, I'm gonna just do that for you. There are countless times ASAP Rocky, he had to get saved in Sweden. I mean, it's been Kodak Black, Lil Wayne, from people in business to entertainers to everybody. He's been a friend. But people, when they're brainwashed, they don't really think that way. They just think he's racist without looking at his actual history.
What has he done for the general black community? Are there any stats?
Well, one of the main things is the reduction in crime. That's a big thing. The migrant crisis has been really crazy. That's a sensitive subject for some people. But really, ICE is majority Hispanic. And you got to ask yourself, why is ICE majority Hispanic? A leftist would think it's mostly white. They wouldn't think it's mostly Hispanic because they understand that they did the right thing. They came here legally. They are doing right. And the people who followed them from their country of origin, the criminals, they don't want them here. Nobody wants the criminals here. We already got a problem with criminality in the country as it is. We don't need to bring in more people who we don't know at all.
Black people are supposed to believe that requiring a voter ID is racist. I smell something and it ain't cookies. Let me tell you this. Democrats want black people to believe that requiring a voter ID is racist because, like always, they use us as cover for the people that they are really focused on, which are illegal immigrants. That's right. They want as many illegals voting as possible, and there is documented proof that when voter ID is required at the polling place, illegals are afraid to go. And if you're telling me that illegals don't vote, I can point you to about a dozen news sources that will tell you that illegals absolutely have been voting in our federal elections. And in fact, in states like California and New York, they are already legally able to vote in local elections. So Democrats, as always, are using black people as cover for who they are really trying to protect, who they really want, and who they are really working for, which is, once again, illegals. Black folks, are you still falling for the okie doke? Are you still going to allow them to use you for illegals again? Or are you finally going to stand up and say, no, we are in fact not too stupid to get voter IDs and stop trading us for illegals?
Well, since it's Black History Month, which is nothing but American history, I figured I'd let Larry Elder school those of you that are so romantically in love with the Democratic Party. Play the clip.
That the Democrats founded the Klan. I didn't know when I was in high school that Democrats voted against the 13th Amendment that freed the slaves, the 14th Amendment that gave slaves citizenship, the 15th Amendment that, at least on paper, gave slaves the right to vote. Democrats voted against all of that stuff. I didn't know when I was in high school that more Republicans as a percentage of the party voted for the Civil Rights Act of 1964 than did Democrats. I didn't know that. I didn't know that Everett Dirksen, a Republican in Illinois, got an award from the NAACP for how he helped to shepherd the Civil Rights Bill through Congress. I didn't know that Al Gore's father participated in what was then the longest filibuster to prevent the bill from ever becoming on the floor. I also bought into that notion that, okay, Democrats used to be racist, but then Republicans switched places with them in the 60s.
Let them cook.
I bought into that until I found out that of all the Democrats that voted against the Civil Rights Act in the House, of all the Democrats who voted against the Civil Rights Act in the Senate, only 2 switched to the Republican Party, one of whom was Strom Thurmond. George Wallace, who stood in front of the school door as a Democratic governor saying segregation now, segregation tomorrow, segregation forever, he died a Democrat. Robert Byrd, who was a Kliegel, that means a recruiter for the Klan, he died a Democrat at 100 years old in the Senate. Most of these guys never switched parties. It is a lie. The reason the South became more and more Republican is because the Democratic Party became more and more left-wing, became anti-Vietnam, anti-war, pro-abortion, and the South became increasingly uncomfortable with their allegiance to the Democratic Party, especially since Jim Crow had fallen. If Jim Crow has fallen, why are we in bed with these Democrats? What's the point?
Exactly.
And so the South became more and more Republican for a reason that had nothing to do with racism. But that was the line that was fed by so many people, and so many blacks to this day believe that.
You know, it always baffles me every time this Black History Month comes around, which is nothing more than American history, that the left, the liberal, the Black KK collective groupthinks, the Eeyores of color, they always say we should uplift the black voice. But for some reason, I never see them uplift conservative black voices. And these are the same people that run around hollering diversity, equity, and inclusion. You know, my question to them is, do you support diversity like you do with race, gender, and sexuality the same way you do when it comes to diversity in thought? That's just a question. Happy Black History Month. Shout out to Larry Elder.
Our president here, his name is Trump. That's a pretty racist man.
How?
How?
Give me an example of his racism.
The news.
Give me one example. Just give me one example.
Just watch the news, sweetheart. There are plenty of
Watch the news, sweetheart. Give me one example that he's racist.
Okay, Trump has flat out, flat with the racism.
How?
Comments, concerns.
What comments? Name one comment that he said that was racist.
Okay.
Because if he's racist, I want to know, because I don't want to support a racist.
So you support Trump?
I do, yeah. Can you tell me why he's racist?
She supports Trump.
So we've been sitting here for nearly a minute now, and she has still yet to tell me one thing that Trump has said that's racist.
Okay, so if we're going to be quite honest, I couldn't give you a specific...
I know, you can't.
Oh, no, I'm not done speaking. I couldn't give you a specific because I don't pay attention to idiocy. And
okay.
That's idiot.
So if you're going to call someone racist, I think you should be able to prove it.
Watch the news.
Pull up a clip where he's racist. Go ahead.
Oh. Great. I'm so glad you asked.
It must not have been racist enough to remember, because you have to look it up. How do you guys feel about ICE? Did you find the racist clip yet?
Wrong with that. I just said that there were people. Majority of them here are against ICE.
How do you know that?
Because I know them.
Okay. Well, he supports ICE.
You support ICE? Which one? You? You support ICE? Oh, okay. I didn't think so.
What does ICE stand for?
Babe.
So you don't support something that you don't even know what it stands for?
Oh, I didn't respond for a reason.
Can you tell me what it stands for?
No, we're gonna go back to the Trump racism.
Right, okay.
Democratic Party, I'm going to say it tonight.
Listen closely.
So that you won't be confused, is the Antichrist Party.
Thank you.
It is anti-family.
Thank you.
And I'm going to say this, you're not going to believe it, but it is anti-black folk.
Thank you.
You are only needed for votes.
Thank you.
You're only loved when it's time to get your votes. There's no real care about you. And see, we still stuck, and we got that thing ingrained in us that this is the party for the black man. It is not. The party has changed. Black people, really, to be honest with you, have never been the priority. They have only been used. Go back and look at the Civil Rights Act of 1964. We've all given Democrats credit for that, but Johnson was the one that wanted to pass it, but he couldn't get enough Democrat votes to pass it. It was the Republicans that pushed and passed the 1964 Civil Rights Act. Go tonight and look it up. Look at Wiki, W-I-K-I, put it in there, 1960. He couldn't even get enough Democrats to vote for it. So he had to go to Republican senators in order to help him out. They are anti-life. The party pushes stuff that's anti-life. It pushes anti-morality because most of their policies are immoral. That pushes sexual perversion.
Thank you.
It is the party of death. Why do you say that, Pastor? If you go back, you'll see slavery started with the Democratic Party.
Thank you.
And we saw many slaves that died. We also saw under Jim Crow. Jim Crow was established by Democrats. And we saw under Jim Crow how many were hung and lynched. And then we are seeing today how many babies, African American people are giving up their future because they won't have, in another 15, 20 years, they won't have enough people because they have cut their birth rates off and have aborted their children. This is exactly what the party wants. So it is a party of death when it comes down to it. It is a party that is against black families. Look at the history of the family.
I now want to bring forth a friend who, when we opened this Wall Street project and we talked about it, he gave us space at 40 Wall Street, which was to make a statement about our having a presence there. And beyond that, in terms of reaching out and being inclusive, he's done that too. And created for many people a comfort zone when I ran for the presidency in 84 and 88. And many others thought it was either laughable or something to avoid. He came to our business meeting here in New York because he has this sense of the curious and a will to risk to make things better. Who's an effective builder of building with a builder of people. Last year he was a part of our workshop, of our panel workshop on what are the challenges and opportunities. And so this, a year later, Donald Trump, for a few minutes, challenges and opportunities to embrace the underserved communities. Donald Trump.
Well, it is an honor to be here, and I was with Jesse last year, and we had a lot of fun, and it was a little different. Jesse started off by saying, most of the wealth in this country is in the hands of a few. And I thought to myself, is that a bad thing? What's wrong with that, Jesse? And he said, listen, I want some office space in your building on Wall Street, because the wall on wall will fall. And I said, it's okay, Jesse, I'll make a good deal with you. I'll get you some space. You'll pay about $40 a foot. And he said, no, I don't want to pay 40. I said, how about 30? No. It was the cheapest deal I ever made in the history of 40 Wall Street. Is that right? He got it for nothing. He's a very tough negotiator. You know that, right? He's a terrific guy. We love him, and I'm here for him. And I will tell you, a large percentage of the people, and especially in construction, that are building these great jobs are black and minorities, and I'm very proud of it. We have close to 25%, and I think the number's going up, and they do a great job. There are no better builders than we have in New York, and a big percentage of that is black and
Let me just thank you very much, Mr. President. First of all, we are living under the administration of the greatest president in our lifetime. And we have the hottest country in our lifetime. And I want to make sure the mainstream media knows this, because you represent the people who basically counter what the mainstream media has done. President Trump was the president who fully funded historically black colleges and universities. President Trump took the lead and performed criminal justice reform. President Trump made sure that we had opportunity zones. Let me close by saying this. This country is at a crossroads, and we have the right president at the right time. And if you want school choice, like I know you do, President Trump wants it. If you want a law and order society and secure border, President Trump wants that. And more importantly, I say this because this is the greatest country on the planet. American citizens should decide American election. Vote for the SAVE Act.